Hi everyone. So the fishery's been quite quiet this month after last month's flooding and damage and that sort of thing. We've not been able to do a great deal on the fishery, to be honest. It's just been too wet. And then a couple of days ago we had a lot of snowfall. Well, I say a lot, a couple of inches. But unfortunately, when all that snowfall melts, it's got to go somewhere. And once again, the water levels are rising. The water's not been able to really go anywhere anyway. We literally, all the drains are all full. So as soon as we get a bit more water, it starts to backfill again. So I've just come up to the top of the res. This is where there was a big bit of damage last flood. The water levels have been steadily rising all day, and I'll just sort of show you what happens up here, and that kind of is a problem we're going to have to try and overcome in this summer. So I think I'll talk you through what we're sort of planning. So to the right hand side of me here is the Wong, and then to the left hand side of me is the sort of the beck that flows down there and into the res. So as you can see, this section of fence from about there up to where it comes in through the fence is totally flattened, and yeah, the water has just started flowing back over there. So this is all a section that we're due to replace. We were going to be replacing it in the next couple of weeks. We'll just have to see what this water does at the moment. So unfortunately, the problem we have is obviously there's a lot of different dikes and sort of drainage ditches and streams entering the res from various different areas, and this catchment is massive. It goes way up onto the wolds up that way, so we get everyone's excess water, and with the current climate being the way it is, we seem to be getting a lot more rain. It's causing a lot more problems. So this bit of fence here, as you can see, it's totally ruined that fence. It's washed the posts clean out of the ground there. It's moved a lot of the soil away. So we're going to have to sort of step that fence a little bit further back in there so we can get a firm bit of ground to fix into. But what happens, this is the beck that feeds in. We've got a very similar set of otter gates here that to what we have at the bottom, that go below the dam wall. However, because there's no walkway above these, we have to have a winder that winds them up from the side. And as you can see, look, there's a lot of water coming down in here, and the pressure that puts on these grids is just too much. So the wire's broken now and we can't lift them. And this side of those grids, it's about 4.5–5 foot deep there. So you can't be clearing them off as they are, because if those grids gave way, yeah, you'd be pinned to the floor. So we're sort of in a bit of a predicament with this, but the plan is in the summer is to put a walkway along here and then straighten these grids off when there's no water in here flowing, and then attach them to the top like we have the other one, so you're winching straight upwards rather than up and at an angle, because there's too much pressure on the winches to do that. So, and then this section of fence along here is going to be cut at this corner, so that if we do have these problems again, the fence can just lay flat, so that we're not basically putting tension and stretching every bit of fence, all the fence all the way along if it does fall over. That's the thoughts, but at the moment there's not a great deal we can do. This beck has filled up basically in the last 3 hours. I came to check it this morning, there wasn't this much water at all. Yeah, it's and I guess it's only going to get worse for the next couple of hours, because it's got nowhere else to go. So what it'll do is back up, it'll flood into this set of trees, it'll come round here, and then it'll come in over the fence line there. Sometimes if it's really bad, it'll back up where there's a bit of a bridge there, just gone out of focus there. It'll back up there, go round this set of big trees and come in through here. But yeah, we will have to see for the minute. But at the moment, when the water's like this, there's very, very little you can do apart from watch what happens, basically. It might well be that what we could do is dig a new drain in here. So a drain that flows under the fence, because clearly the water runs along here into this section here. So if the water does flow over, we can get it into a drain that comes under the fence. And if that can be kept clear, then it should prevent any of the fence actually being damaged. But there needs to be quite a bit of thought put into all this before we do it, because, you know, we need to future-proof it. So yeah, there's just a brief overview of one of the problems we have to deal with. I don't think we'll flood badly this time. I would say within, you know, the next 12 hours, we'll get all the snow, the sort of snow melt, and then I would say within the next 12 hours after that, it'll start going down again. So yeah, it's just, it's quite a unique site to fence. A lot of fisheries don't have this sort of problem. So, but with it becoming more regular, we're going to really have to sort of think of a solution to this. But until then, wait for the water to go down. Hopefully we'll still be able to fence it in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to try and get it fenced before Christmas, but we're at the mercy of the weather. So that's all for now, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you a bit more of an update on the fishing side of things next month, but it's been rather quiet at the moment. The temperature's really dropped. I should think the carp have all grouped up, so it'll be tough going if people do come carp fishing. There has been quite a few pike caught, and there's been a couple of 20-pounders as well, so that's good news. And hopefully I might be able to show you a few of them next month as well. But until then, cheers guys.